live. What is going on, everyone? Thank you all so much for being here. Everybody that's tuning in at this time, thank you so much for taking time out of your day. Anybody that's watching this on the replay, thank you so much. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel. What is going on, Jake? How are you?
I'm good. Good start to the year. How are you?
Wonderful, wonderful. I know we got a win in the last game. This game kind of looks a little bleak. So no LeBron tonight. He's dealing with a non-COVID related illness. So that's not good. And here, let me pull up. I don't know if Russ is playing because Russ got taken out of the last game because he had a foot injury. That's why I only played 11 minutes on the last game. So that is something to keep in mind as well. So far, yeah, I don't see anything on Russ.
Milwaukee is about to beat Toronto.
Yeah, that's good. But anyway, diving into it, I figured we should. Here we go. So tonight's starting five is going to be, which Russ is probably not in the starting five, so that probably doesn't tell us that much. But it'd be good to know who the starting five is. And the starting five is going to be. Come on, why is that messing up? Doing this in real time, people. Doing this in real time. We got Scano Anderson, Thomas Bryant, Austin Reeves, Patrick Beverly, Dennis Schroeder. All right. I mean, I would have rather went Troy Brown, maybe, but they love
so small.
I know. So small. They love. Like, this would have been a good opportunity to go big. Like, I probably would have waited. Like, if you absolutely have to start Patrick Beverly, right? Because that seems to be what Darvin Ham has to do.
It's at this point.
Yeah, start Beverly at the 1, Reeves at the 2, Brown at the 3, Anderson at the 4, and then Thomas Bryant at the 5. There you go. You know, granted, I assume that means Russ is playing because I imagine they wouldn't have Russ and Schroeder do it at the same time. So that's something else. But anyway, hopefully that's good. What's going on, Austin? Appreciate you being here. Thank you so much for popping in. But we did also get news on AD. Anthony Davis, per Woj, is making progress. He's heading in the right direction. So hopefully he's back sooner rather than later. You know, hopefully. I still don't think he'll be back to like mid-January. It's probably my guess. But regardless, hopefully we can pull out a win. If we have Russ tonight, do you think we have a chance to beat Miami? What are your thoughts?
Honestly, no.
No?
Not, and I can't even say like a maybe. No, I'm going to say a straight no. Simply because I don't think we have, even if we have Russ is not going to start. So that means that our starting 5 alone is just not enough to carry the team, which they're going to need to. Here's how we win this game, and here's what I think. I think the way we win this game is Russ does play, and he has a monster like 30 and 20 and 10 game or something crazy like that. And all your starting 5 players produce at least double digits. And yeah, you're gonna need because we do have Walker playing, right? Walker starting?
No, Walker I don't believe is playing.
Oh yeah, no, especially without a Walker. Unfortunately, I believe, but in this case, the scenario, absolutely not. Like I don't. Hey, here's my thing too. I always think there's a chance, no matter what. But the odds of win, and there's a chance that we can win this game, but the odds of winning this game are more likely on the slim side.
Yeah.
What do you think?
So I'll play devil's advocate a little bit. I mean, look, no Lonnie, no LeBron, no AD.
Yeah.
This is very likely a scratch, right? This is a game right off. But here's the thing. Miami does not have a very elite offense, right? They're in the bottom of the standings. I think at one point, I don't know if they still are, but at one point they were like 27th in the league in total offense. Here, let's actually see what they are right now. The offensive rating. So they are right now. They are, or I don't even see them in there. They are 12th in total rating. So that's offense and defense. And Lakers are 22nd. right? So, but what is their? Here, let's see what their offensive rating is, um, because so their offensive rating is 110.9, and the Lakers are 112. Yeah, so the Lakers have a better offensive rating than Miami. Like I said, Miami's towards the bottom of offense rating. So
Yeah.
I don't necessarily think the Lakers won't be able to keep up scoring wise if we have Russ, right? Because I just think it's going to come down to can we get defensive stops, right? Like, and that's where I think we will lose if we lose. I don't think we'll. I mean, unless everyone just has a terrible off night, like
Yeah.
if everyone just has an off night. But I do expect like Schroeder to play well. Thomas Bryant, he's been playing great. Patrick Beverly's really stepped up on the offensive end too. He's been hitting shots. So if guys can just kind of play how they've been playing the last few games, even without LeBron, I still believe the Lakers have enough scoring power to keep up with Miami because they're not a very good offense.
Yeah.
Problem is that the Lakers are not a very good defense, and Miami actually has a pretty solid defense. So if we get blown out, it's very likely going to be because their defense stepped up and ours didn't, and we just can't stop them from scoring. But if we can put and string together a solid defensive game, I wouldn't be shocked if we're there. I'm not
Yeah.
saying that we win the game necessarily, but it might not be as far fetched as people think. Um, but it is going to take Russ to have. I don't think he needs to have like a 30, 20, 20 night, but he needs to. And I hope if he does play, I hope Darvin Ham just kind of takes the leash off of him and just says, go. Because if we're going to win this game, we need Russ to be Russ. We need Russ to be
Start
aggressive.
or no? Still no? Still?
No, you can
No?
still bring him off the bench because we need the bench production, right? But even if Russ comes off the bench, he's still probably going to play 40 minutes, right? So
Yeah.
like that's fine, especially if he's having a good game. Darvin Ham will keep letting him play. But if I'm
Yeah.
Darvin Ham personally, I'm going to Russ and I'm saying, look, this is your moment. Got no LeBron, no AD. Yes, I'm bringing you off the bench, but you're going to play probably 40 plus minutes.
Yeah.
I just need bench production. That's why I'm keeping you on the bench. But this is your show. This is the Russell Westbrook show, right? Now, guys are going to have to hit shots because if guys aren't hitting shots, then they're just going to pack the paint and Russ is going to have a hard time scoring. But if guys can at least be respectable tonight, not saying they have to shoot elite and shoot the lights out, but if they can be respectable tonight, then that's going to open up a lot for Russ. And I do think Russ can be good enough to be effective to maybe give us a chance,
Yeah.
And if you get late in the game, not just that, but I mean, look, we even saw last season, Russ had some monster games. We won a couple of those games without LeBron and AD. So it's not impossible. Is it likely? Probably not. This is probably a scrap. But personally, I would not be completely blown away if the Lakers win this game. I just wouldn't. So remember that, people. If the Lakers end up pulling out this win, as it stands, Lakers said.
Look, all I gotta say, I'm gonna go on record and say this now. If they win this game, you have a one of those little balls you can look into and see the future.
Crystal ball.
The crystal ball. Yeah, you have a crystal ball there. I'm just messing with you, but yeah, no. By the way, Gary Trent Jr. just hit an and 1-3. That was pretty clutch and beautiful, but unfortunately, it's not going to be enough to get them. Or do you have the game on?
No, I don't have that game on at the moment.
Okay. Wait, I'm
putting it on right now.
Okay. Yeah. No, I was just making sure. I was like, wait, am I on the right channel? Or no. The Lakers game is coming on next. Oh, they're down by 3 now. What? Get Toronto trying to pull this one out.
Oh. Pull it up. But but to continue, real quick, let's don't want the volume to be on. Lakers finish every time they get momentum. Bron misses games already. That's very true, which hurts bad. I haven't focused on the NBA at all this year. I don't know why, but once the Super Bowl is over, I'll get back into it. I can understand that. Football, we're almost there. We're almost to the Super Bowl, which will be nice. Almost the playoffs. Without Bron, AD, really, yeah. Don't matter. Lakers not beating the Heat. I don't know. Never say never. I'm telling you, Lakers will get blown out. I don't know.
Never. No, and I don't even think that it's going to be a blowout.
Never say never. There we go. Yeah. So right now it's 6-4 Miami. The game's not on. It's still the Milwaukee game, but as soon as this over, it'll be on. But right now it's 6-4 Miami. So they're trading buckets right now. So they're still in it. But to kind of transition here, the tomorrow is January.
Oh wait, has the game already started? Really quick.
I mean, the game started, but it's not on ESPN, right? It's not on. It's the Milwaukee game. You're still right.
Oh,
yeah.
okay, yeah.
It's gonna click over after this game. I just
Cool.
I have it pulled up on my phone here, so
Yeah.
I'm watching the pull up. But here we go, Toronto. Oh, step back. Up, took too long. Here we go. It's Toronto. Oh no, Gary Trent doing too much. Got to shoot it. Oh, he hit it. Gary Trent just tied the game with 0.8 left.
Stop! Really?
Ooh, yeah.
I'm about to see it right now because mine is behind. That's crazy. He just hit another three before that though. It was an and 1-3.
Yeah, he
Yo, give us Gary.
Saying. Lakers need to go trade for Gary
Give
Trent.
us Gary Trent.
They need to go trade. They need to go make that Toronto trade. Is what they need to do.
That's what we need. Scary shooter right there.
Yeah, but yeah, like I was saying, continuing with the conversation is so tomorrow, January 5th, the Lakers will officially be able to give 10-day contracts or the Exhibit 10 contracts. So they can now start looking at guys like, Hassan Whiteside. There's also Tony Snell. There's Derek Favors, DeMarcus Cousins.
Now to give a 10-day contract, they have to currently obviously not be enrolled on an NBA roster.
Yeah, so it's just it's free agents. So
yeah.
Basically, any of the free agents that are still out there, the Lakers can bring on a 10-day contract. So because they have 14 roster spots, they can bring in 2 10-day contracts. So with those 10-day contracts, they could bring in like a Whiteside and a Mo Harkless, and then you can give them up to, I believe it's 3 10-day contracts. So you give 3 10-day contracts, and then after that, you either have to let them go or you have to sign them. So this could be a good opportunity for the Lakers because now you can go because now you if you go get Mo Harkless and Hassan Whiteside, well, now you got a center, shot blocking and rebounding center, and you also got a 3-and-D small forward, power forward, but he's more D than the 3.
And Whiteside doesn't need a start, correct?
I mean, I would start him. I would. I mean, because you could start him and Thomas Bryant. Very likely, I would imagine Darvin Ham wouldn't start Whiteside. I imagine what would happen is Thomas Bryant would still start, and then Whiteside would be the first big off the bench. But he's a guy that can.
Oh no, I meant like after AD comes back.
Oh, so here's the thing. When it comes to Hassan Whiteside, he's a guy that the reason he's a great talent. He's still really young. He's still only 33 years old. Great rebounder, great shot blocker, still has good athleticism. All those things, right? But he is a bit of a locker room issue. He's a bit of a just problem, right? And he's built up this reputation. My hope is that he's gotten a piece of humble pie. And because he's gotten a piece of humble pie, because he didn't get a roster spot. No team wants to touch him right now. My hope is that because he got a little piece of humble pie, he'll come in and accept the role and do what he has to do. So if he does, then that's great. You get a low risk, high reward type player that can come in. If he doesn't work, then you just let him go and it's no big deal, right? You let him go. You tried. Okay, then that's probably it. Hassan Whiteside's probably never getting picked up again. His career in the NBA is probably done. So that's something else that the Lakers could keep in mind is this might be Hassan Whiteside's last chance, right? So you come in, you're probably going to have a solid role with the Lakers because they need another big, especially when AD's out. But when AD isn't, or when AD does come back, if you do like him and he does accept his role and he does do what you need him to do, well, now he's a guy that you could start alongside AD, or you could have him come off the bench and back up AD. And even at times you blame. I mean, good luck trying to score inside with Anthony Davis and Whiteside. You got 2 great help defenders and shot blockers in a lot of people want Miles Turner for that reason, because Anthony Davis and Miles Turner are both great shot blockers, great help defenders. Well, so is Whiteside. So basically between Whiteside and Thomas Bryant, you get everything you could want with Miles Turner. You get the great shot blocking, you get better rebounding. Whiteside's more athletic, but he's not the shooter. But Thomas Bryant, he's the shooter. He can put the ball in the hoop, shoot from pretty much anywhere for a big, but he's not a good shot blocker. So basically the opposite. So you could also play them together if you needed to. So you could have Hassan Whiteside and Thomas Bryant playing at the same time if you wanted to. You could have Anthony Davis and Hassan Whiteside playing together. Hassan Whiteside would basically give you what you were hoping Damian Jones was. Damian Jones last year was a good rebounder and a good just like energized player. And it just hasn't worked this year. He hasn't been able to put it together this year. So Hassan Whiteside is at least an NBA vet who has experience, who has been a starter in the league, who has had, 20 and 15 games. He's a guy that's had 20 rebound games. So he's a guy that can provide a lot of the things that the Lakers really need.
Can he guard the perimeter, though? That is a huge question.
No, but neither can Miles Turner. Neither can, no center can really guard the perimeter. I mean, Anthony Davis can do a good job guarding the perimeter to a degree, but not to the level that we need. But that's where Mo Harkless comes in. Mo Harkless, he's, again, a veteran, a guy who's still relatively young, who can come in. He's got a 7-foot wingspan. He's 6'7" size. So he's got true size, can play both forward spots. And he's been known his entire career as a defender. He's a defensive player. So you have him as a defender, and he's not a great three-point shooter. He has had seasons, though, where he shot, 38 to 40%. So if he can even replicate that, but even if he could just be a serviceable shooter, he could be for us what Stanley Johnson was last year. A guy that many people kind of write off and are kind of like iffy on, but comes in, earns his role, earns his spot, and just becomes a glue guy, right? Like that's what we need. So with those two, I really think that you could get a real boost. Now, are they two guys that are going to come in and make us contenders? No. But they could help us win games that we might not win otherwise. They could, actually earn a roster spot, especially on this type of roster. They're two veteran guys that have playoff experience. Even Mo Harkless has a relationship with Patrick Beverley because they played together with the Clippers. And they were actually, if you look up that duo's defensive rating together, they're actually really good. They're one of that season, they were one of the top, when they were in the lineups, they were one of the top fives in the lineups. So all of those things could really be a factor and really help. Lakers just need size and bodies right now, right? That's what the Lakers need.
Yeah.
So these are two guys that could come in and really help. But, what are your thoughts? Do you think that the Lakers, we need to find pieces like that? Do you think you bring in one guy? Do you think you give both guys a look? Again, it's 10-day contract, so it's low risk, high reward. If it doesn't work, you just let them go after 10 days. If it does work, you bring them on for a roster spot.
I will say this though, and I like Whiteside. I do. I like the idea of Whiteside. Harkless I like as well, but the thing is with Whiteside and Harkless, those are two, I guess you can say safer bets, right? Because let's say if you go after DeMarcus Cousins, which I favor, but DeMarcus Cousins with his injury prone, that's the big question there. I don't know if he's going to be able to stay healthy. So currently right now, I think he's still injured actually.
He, as far as I know, he's available. He could play, but the problem is that Russ is playing. So I just saw something come up with Russ. DeMarcus Cousins, yes, very injury prone. 2, he doesn't have the foot speed anymore. He doesn't have the movement mobility, which is a problem. He's kind of just a big body in the paint.
To me, he's like an older Zion. You know what I mean? It makes sense, like a little bit like that
without
bully type. Yeah, well, yeah, of course. And I don't know.
He's more of like a poor man Joker at this point, where like Joker
you would say so a Joker?
Yes, in the sense of Joker isn't a great defensive center. He's not chasing guys over. He's more of he's a big body that you can't really get around is what it is. That's DeMarcus Cousins. DeMarcus Cousins, he can knock down the 3 ball, he can shoot pretty well. That's why he worked so well with Denver last season, because he does have a lot of similarities to Joker. I mean, he's not the passer or just the elite player that Joker is, but
or even the score for that matter.
yeah,
But
I mean, at one point he was, but not so much anymore just because of injuries. But that's the problem is you're not going to get that. You're not going to get the defensive foot speed that you would get with Hassan Whiteside. Also, again, injury history, and then third, he can't really play more, and that was the problem Denver had. He couldn't really play more than like 10 to 12 minutes a game. And you need him, you need a guy that you can count on that, like, if you need to, he can play. Like Hassan Whiteside could play, you could play Hassan Whiteside 30 to 40 minutes a game if you wanted. You could start Hassan Whiteside. You could play him almost the entire game if you wanted to. So that's the difference, in my opinion. And I just think Hassan Whiteside gives you more of what the Lakers need. Now, DeMarcus Cousins, if you get Anthony Davis, might be a little helpful because Anthony Davis is so good at making up for on the defensive end. But that's one of the reasons AD keeps getting hurt, because he has to do where if you have Whiteside, he doesn't like you can just leave Whiteside on an island and he can go and and block the shot, or at least alter the shot, or at least make it difficult. And that's what the Lakers really need, is they need somebody like that. DeMarcus Cousins, he's not going to give you the defense. So you need somebody like, in my opinion, a Whiteside. A lot of people want Derek Favors too, which Derek Favors I would probably rather have over Hassan Whiteside. But again, Derek Favors doesn't give you the defense. He gives you the low post threat. He's a solid rebounder, but Whiteside gives you two of the three things you need terribly. Like you need shot blocking and you need rebounding. That's what you need. And you don't, and they just don't have that. Like they just don't have the shot blocking or rebounding, and neither does Derek Favors, and neither does DeMarcus Cousins. So
Aldridge is available, right? Too. LaMarcus Aldridge he's still
yeah, but he's old. Like he's what 30.
We got him. We gave Carmelo a look. DJ Augustine, we gave him a look. There's Cousins. There's Isaiah Thomas. Which, how do you feel about it? Like if we were to go pick up like Isaiah?
Nah, we've tried him before.
I know, but like you don't think it would work this time around?
Nah, he's too small. He's too small. He's not. Ever since the hip injury, he's never been. He's too inconsistent now. Like before the hip injury, he was a walking bucket. He was a guy that could go get you 20 to 30 a game. He would have been perfect.
Yeah. Because I kind of liked him. It's just I would like him on this roster, but not with so many small guards. We already have like
if we had a bunch of like
size, we got Schroeder, we got Beverly, you know what I mean? Like
like if we were like Toronto, where we had like a bunch of sizable wings, then sure, give Isaiah Thomas a look and see what you get. But the problem is that like he's not the consistent scorer. He can't shoot the way he used to. Like that dude used to be like, if you left him open, it was like almost a guaranteed bucket. Like the guy was a walking bucket. He's not so much anymore, unfortunately. And it's still early, but I just want to say the Lakers are hanging around. They're up 21-17. So
yeah. What's your take on Eric Bledsoe?
Nah, he's washed up. Like he's not the defender he once was. He still can't shoot. He can't really do anything. He's never really been a traditional point guard. I would want to stay away from him.
Or should we bring Wayne Ellington back?
No, Wayne Ellington.
I know, I'm joking.
That was no, I get it. But yeah, no, look, that dude, I always wanted Wayne Ellington with LeBron James. The problem is we just got him too late.
Yeah.
Like, and
so
go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, No, I agree. We got Jeremy Lamb, which I actually like Jeremy Lamb, Blake Griffin, but Blake Griffin's another one because
Blake Griffin's on the Celtics.
Did he already get signed? Oh yeah, he did.
Yeah, that's one a while ago. He's on the Celtics.
That's right. Yeah. Tristan Thompson, is he still available?
Yeah, but no. Another guy. I mean,
well, LeBron would never allow that to happen.
A lot of people want Tony Snell also, but my problem with Tony Snell is that dude might be the most inconsistent NBA player of all time. Like that dude, I'm dead serious. Like that guy either is like lights out he's the only player that has had, I believe, multiple perfect games, shooting
Yeah.
over like X%. And I mean, like he had like a 28-point game where he didn't miss a single shot, and he's also like the only player in NBA history that has played over like 28 minutes and didn't register one rebound, one assist, 1 point, one nothing. Like it was just zeros across the board. Like he is so he's a guy that he's like the definition of hot and cold. Like he's either lights out and he's great, or he's like unplayable. And I just don't think the Lakers are good enough to take a flyer on him. Like if the
Yeah.
Lakers were like a really good team and it's like, man, we could really use another like, shooting guard wing, then like, yeah, sure, bring him in and give him a chance, see what he can do. But we're just not in that position. Where I'd rather go with Mo Harkless because at least worst case scenario, Mo Harkless can at least provide you solid defense. He's going to be a solid defender because that's what he's built his entire career on, is being a reliable defensive player. So if you're the Lakers, that's kind of where I'd want with that. And then kind of to transition into the next topic is so obviously Lakers trade. Hopefully we get a trade done. I still think we're at least 2 to maybe 3 weeks away from an actual trade but we are getting closer, right? Teams middle of January to end of January. That's when teams are more willing to make deals, make moves, make trades, right? So that's good.
Yeah.
But we keep getting reports. We even got a report from Mark Stein that the Lakers are potentially waiting around for a Bradley Beal type player. The Lakers are star chasing. That's what the Lakers have always done. They always star chase. They always try to find, stars to pair. Personally, I want them to go the depth route rather than the star route. Go get 3-4 quality rotation role player guys that you can bring in that can be pieces for now and the next several seasons, rather than going and getting another star and now you got a bunch of minimum guys.
Yeah.
That's just my approach, because Anthony Davis and LeBron James has showed you that they're good enough to win a championship together if you have the right pieces around them. And I think if you go get the depth and you go get the talent to be the right pieces to put around them, then I think that they can win another championship. I also think if you have the depth, then that takes a lot of pressure off of AD, right? The 1 year that AD wasn't injury prone with the Lakers was the year that we had depth and we won the championship.
Because they're your crutches. You need.
Well, and it wasn't even just the time off, because before we went and the time off, Anthony Davis only missed 9 games that entire season. So, and we were the number 1 seed. We had the best record. We were winning regularly. We are the only team in NBA history to be 52-0 or something like that when leading in the fourth quarter. Like if we had a lead in the fourth quarter, we never lost it. We always won the game. Like all of those things were huge, but it's because we had the depth and the talent. Like that year, LeBron played like the fewest minutes of his career. Anthony Davis was playing few minutes. Like that's like, I feel like we need to replicate that more than another star. But what are your thoughts on that? Do you agree? Do you disagree? You kind of in the middle?
No, I agree. But see, and that's my thing too. Like we just don't know where the front office is. Like we don't know where their head's at. We don't know if they're thinking like now, like a microwave. Like, hey, we just need this like done. Like now, let's try to go compete. Now this year, etc. Or if they're trying to kind of like you said, wait long term. Because I think one's a long term move and one's a short term move. If you go get a star right now, you're trying to get something done this year, like right now. And if you wait until, if you do like more depth, you're kind of planning out for your future. Either way, you're kind of safe. I will say if you go depth, because if you add depth to this team, we're a contender. With a healthy AD, we're a contender. Like no questions asked. You know what I mean? Yeah. And maybe with like a Hornets trade or something like that. You know what I mean? So like, yeah, I think depth is the way to go. But depending on what star you could land, if there's a solid chance you can get that star, I can't even throw a name out there because there's nobody that would be available that would be able to help us right now to actually get to the championship.
So what are your thoughts on because Bradley Beal is the name that keeps coming up, and the reason?
Well, yeah, and I can't even put Bradley Beal in that conversation. Not to me. I don't think Bradley Beal's enough to.
You don't think Bradley Beal's enough to make us a contender?
You play you play Bradley Bill, AD, LeBron, Walker, and who?
Probably Schroeder.
See, I like the lineup though, but I don't know how I don't know how he would fit with LeBron and AD. But I like the lineup. Like I would take chances on that lineup. Like but I would say if I had a bet right now, would that be enough to get us to the championship? I would say yeah, it could, but it would be a stretch. We would definitely need to go make other trades as well. Like we can't just do that trade. Yeah.
But that would be the problem is that if we went and got Bradley Beal, that would be the only move we'd be able to make because we would have to give up all of our assets to get Bradley Beal. I mean, the only reason Bradley.
When you
Beal,
say all of our assets, you mean Russ plus Bev plus none plus two first or
no?
what?
So I mean, we'd probably keep Bev and none, but you would you'd have to give up both first. So it'd be Russ and both first for Bradley Beal, and then that's it. You have no more first at least this season. You have no more tradable first. Maybe you could trade some seconds, but what are you going to get? Maybe you get Cam Reddish, like sure, but he's likely not going to move the needle that much. Like, my concern with Bradley Beal is one. I do think he would be great as a third option. Right? Like I don't think he's the best player on a championship team. I don't even know if he's the second best player on a championship team. But I think
at this point he's not better than AD and he's not better than LeBron.
Yeah, so I think him as a third option is, but the problem is that he's going to be making almost $60 million by the time his contract's up. Like that's more than like LeBron and AD right now. Right? That's more. He's making more than Russ and. So he's being paid.
And there's nothing wrong with that.
I mean, get your money. I ain't mad at him getting his money.
No. I'm saying there's nothing wrong with that. If he could play, if he could be that piece
he's being paid like a number one guy, and he's probably a number 2 or 3 guy, right? Like he's like if he was like 25 million a year, I would say yeah, go get him. Maybe even 30 million. Like if he was getting like maybe Kyrie money, 36 million a year, sure, go get him, right? Like I think he's making too much money. If you get him, that's it. It's basically LeBron, AD, and Bradley Beal, and then a bunch of vet minimums. And Bradley Beal is as injury prone as AD. So now you have 2 super injury prone stars. Bradley Beal isn't a very good defender. Yeah, he could score. Yeah, he could put the ball in the hoop. But like a lot of the reasons.
But that's what we need. Guaranteed bucket.
Yes, but the problem is a lot of the reasons the Wizards have never been good with Bradley Beal is because Bradley Beal can't stay on the court, right? Like he's a guy that he plays 50 games a year. So like so now you have and especially when LeBron leaves, you have your 2 best players you have 2 injury prone superstars, right? Or stars. I think Anthony Davis is the only like real superstar, but still, like your 2 best players are only gonna play probably 50 games a season. So that's my problem there. It's just I would rather go the depth. Like I would rather do the Hornets deal, and then if Kyrie wants to come, work out a sign and trade deal, and maybe take Terry Rozier and PJ Washington and send them for Kyrie. And tell the Nets it's either that or you get nothing. At least you get
Can't we still do that trade though with Bev and none? Or we wouldn't be able to do the Hornets still?
No, if we went and got Bradley Beal, no, I'm saying on alternative. Instead of Bradley Beal, I'd rather them go do the Hornets deal.
No, I'm saying why can't we do both?
Because you need Russ to do the Hornets deal.
You absolutely need Russ?
Yeah, because I mean, in order
because if we threw Bev in that trade, Bev 9 plus Jones, or does that still not work? The salary still don't match.
If you wanted to get Bradley Beal, right? So like if you wanted to get Bradley Beal, like Russ could go get you Bradley Beal. Now, if you wanted to get just Terry Rozier, yeah, you could go get Terry Rozier. But if you get Bradley Beal, you don't need Terry Rozier. They're not going to trade you PJ Washington unless you take on Hayward, and so the only way you'd be able to do the Hornets deal is to trade Russ because you'd have no.
Oh, that's true because then they're not going to be able to clear cap space like they want.
Yeah, they're not going to be able
yeah.
to clear cap. The only reason the Hornets even are considering doing a trade with the Lakers is to clear off all that cap space.
See, that's the crucial part I forgot about because I was just because I forget.
Like, could we theoretically go and trade for? Could we theoretically get PJ Washington? Yeah, like you could just trade. You could trade Patrick Beverley straight up for PJ Washington, but they're not going to. They're not. They would never do that, especially because you wouldn't have any picks to do that. So that's.
But I forget how bad the Hornets are, and they're trying to take and not.
Yeah. They're trying to unload all their long-term salaries. Facts, the Lakers are too focused on other big name players. Exactly. And that's my problem. Like, they don't need that. Go stick to the course. Go find a trade that gets you 3 or 4. Because it's not even just about this year. It's about going forward. Even if you don't win anything this year, right? Say the Lakers go and they make a Hornets deal, right? Just using this as an example, right? Let's say you don't even make the playoffs, right? Let's say AD can't stay healthy this year and LeBron James is in and out, right? Okay. And you can't make the playoffs. At least what you did this season is you established the team, you established an identity, you built relationships, you built chemistry, you built camaraderie, and now you have a full offseason and a full training camp to continue that growth and development. So hopefully you can get into a full season and guys can, even if AD misses, 30 games that year or whatever, you have a team that understands what they need to do. You have a team that understands the role. You have a team. So you lay the groundwork this season. If you win the season, great, perfect, home run, and you very likely could win the next few seasons. But if you don't, at least you still built the foundation going forward. And now the idea is you're only going to get better and better. I mean, look at all the top teams. All the top teams in the league have all been together for multiple years. The Celtics, the Bucks, the Grizzlies, the Pelicans, and the Pelicans are a great example, right? Pelicans had Zion, who can't stay healthy, Anthony Davis, and Brandon Ingram, who's in and out of the lineup, LeBron James, right? They had their 2 star guys, went and got a third, like not star, but like mid-tier guy in CJ McCollum, and had a bunch of role guys. They fell short, but guess what? They built that chemistry. They built that camaraderie. They built those relationships. They built the roles, and they understood it. And now look at them. They've had Brandon Ingram out most of the season, and Zion has been in and out of the lineup this year. And they're still one of the top teams in the league because everyone understands the role. They have the depth. They have their 2, stars. I mean, and their stars aren't anywhere near Anthony Davis and LeBron James. LeBron James is better than both Zion and Brandon Ingram, and Anthony Davis is better than both of those guys. So you could
not for long.
Maybe, but you could do the exact same thing. Yeah. Go and get the pieces that you need. You get a guy in Terry Rozier who can go and be a scorer, right? Like
you're saying Terry Rozier would be that CJ McCollum add-on.
Yeah, kind of like he'd be that scoring guard who can just go get you a bucket, play on the ball, play off the ball. There's no question about like where is he? Is he the number 1 guy? Is he the number 2 guy? No, he's clearly the 3rd guy. But if you need him to, he could go score, right? Like CJ McCollum, like he knows I'm the 3rd guy. But if you need me to go get 20, I'll go get 20. If you don't need me to get 20 tonight, then I'll just, play within the flow of the offense and I'll be the setup guy, right? Terry Rozier can do the same thing. He can be the setup guy. You have Terry Rozier as your point guard. You can have Gordon Hayward as your 2, LeBron as your 3, Washington as your 4, and then or go Kelly Oubre, whatever, right? You could do different lineups, or you could go Walker at your 2 or Reeves, and then have Hayward play your 3, and LeBron play your 4, Davis play your 5. And here's the beauty: is the Hornets deal. You probably keep both your first. If not, you're keeping at least 1 first. Yeah. So you could go do the Hornets deal, get all those pieces, and you'd have to give up like Damian Jones and maybe Kendrick Nunn. Although you could do like JTA and like somebody else, right? Troy Brown maybe, because at that point you don't really need Troy Brown. So let's say Russell Westbrook, Damian Jones, Troy Brown, JTA, right?
Yeah.
Those 3 guys for Patrick Beverley, Kendrick Nunn, Gordon Hayward, and Terry Rozier. Boom. So you get the 4 for 3 swap. Well, then you could go and you could take, let's say you only have 1 first, right? Well, at that point, you're all in. So you could take that 1 first, package that, take Patrick Beverly and Kendrick Dunn, and then go get a Bojan Bogdanovic, or go get a Jakob Poeltl and a Josh Richardson. I mean, imagine having a team because you're probably losing Walker and you're probably losing Reeves at that point. But look, you'd still have a team of Terry Rozier, Josh Richardson, Kelly Oubre, PJ Washington, Gordon Hayward. You'd still have Jakob Poeltl. You'd have LeBron James, Anthony Davis. You'd have Max Christie still. Like you, right there, you're 9 deep, and you have the same core for the next several seasons, right? Like,
and that's a reglue. It's going to take a few seasons, or maybe 1 or 2.
It might not. The Lakers, when they won the championship, they won it right away. I mean, like they got Anthony Davis and they immediately won, right? Like they won the year he got him.
Look, they might not. I was gonna say, I can't take anything away. I will never ever take anything away from that championship or anybody's championship for any.
Look at Lakers are beating the brakes off of Miami. See, look, everyone's talking all that smack.
But if that wasn't a bubble year, I don't know if we would have been able to do that.
Yeah, of course we would have. We were the number 1 team in the league in both offense and defense. We had the number 1 record in the league. We had LeBron James playing like an absolute monster. Anthony Davis playing like an absolute monster. Like people act like
stars. No. I get it, but a few stars had to align for us to win that. Like
we were the best team in the league.
It was a perfect storm.
We were. It wasn't like we were the A seed and we stumbled into the championship. We were the best team in the league all season long. Like usually the best team in the league wins the championship. And guess what? We were the best team in the bubble, and we won the championship. It wasn't like we were a middle of the pack team. Like this is the thing. Like people always like to pretend like the Lakers were like the 5th best team in the league. No, they were the best team in the league in every category. They were the only team in history to be undefeated with a lead into the 4th quarter. That means every time they had a 4th quarter, they never lost those games. It's never happened before. So they were the only team to do that. Like that team was the best offensive team, the best defensive team. They had the best 2 stars in the league. They had the best role guys. Everything was clicking. They were top defense, top offense, like everything. Like they were an elite team and won a championship. So, I mean, that's how it works. Like usually the best team wins the championship. How dare you? But man, Lakers are looking good right now. I done told you.
Russ just hit a
Russ is killing it right now. He's already at 10 points, 5 assists, 3 rebounds. I told you, take the leash off of Russell Westbrook and let him go to work. And it's only been 11 minutes. He's only played 11 minutes. Told you, take the leash off of Russell Westbrook and let the boy go to work, and he will. I'm telling you, he's still that guy. I say it over and over and over again.
We need this energy in the 3rd quarter for sure.
But I tell people, I say it regularly. People forget Russell Westbrook, the 20-point triple-double guy, is still in there. The Lakers.
Oh, I don't question it.
No, I know you don't, but I'm saying, like, for those that are listening, like I say it all the time. People forget, and I think someone's knocking on the door. Take over for a second.
All right. Yeah, no, but like even with Russ, like it's not like Tyler just said, he's still in there. Like he's still that beast. I mean, this is Mr. Triple Double we're talking about. Like, yeah, no, but my thing is with Russ right now, it's just he's had to suppress himself so much for this team. And I think this is just, we've never seen anything like it. So that's why he's not like dropping triple doubles every night. Because he's not starting, even though that has very little effect. Because if you look at the games, he comes in almost right away. But he's not starting, but he's also playing behind LeBron and AD. So that's like the reason he can't drop triple doubles night in and night out. Like he's not to the point in his career where it's like, oh, it's too late to like, perform like that. Like he's still fairly young. You know what I mean? Like he still has, I guarantee right now, if he was like the best player on like, pick a horrible team, like, I don't know, just a team that has a bunch of like scrubs on it. You know what I mean? He would still be dropping triple doubles. It's just the reason he's not doing it right now because this particular team just doesn't call for that. Well, yeah, it doesn't call for that. He has to suppress his skills to them. Like,
he does. Well, and that's a great point. And that's something that I always say. Like Yeah, people look at his salary, they look at how much he's making and go, "Oh, they want him to be a 30." But that's not the role the Lakers want him to play. Right? Like he still has the capabilities to go out and give you 25 to 30 a night and go get you, 12 assists, 10. He can do that. But the Lakers don't want him or need him to do that, because if he does that, then it takes away from LeBron James and Anthony Davis. All right, those are your two guys. He's the sixth man. His job is to go and be the playmaker, the setup guy, run the offense, do the things that they need him to do when LeBron James isn't playing, right? And it's finding that balance. And Russ has gone from aggressive scorer to playmaker, which is fine, but he hasn't found that balance. And that's the thing that I keep talking about. If he can find that balance to where, okay, I need to be aggressive, I need to score, I need to be playmaker. If he can figure that out, I'm telling you, like the Lakers could be scary, because now not only would you have, assuming everyone's healthy, you'd have Anthony Davis, who's arguably the best player in the world when he's playing the way we know he could play. You have LeBron James, who's still playing like he's a top 5-10 player in the league. And then on top, didn't mean to do that. I meant to do that. Come on. There we go. But yeah, he's playing like he's, LeBron's still playing like a top 5, top 10 player in the league. All of those things. And then you add Russell Westbrook, who could be a triple-double, threat off the bench every night and give you 15 and 12 a night. Like, again, we don't need Russ to give us 20 a night. If he could give us 15, 8 and 10 a night, I mean, that's who else in the league is averaging numbers like that? Even starters aren't averaging numbers like Luka.
Well, what I was going to say, because if you look at it, if he learns how to play make, he's going to be like up there with the best superstars in the league. Because think about it, all the really good superstars, like the LeBrons, the ADs, Giannis, KDs, they all know how to do what you just said right there, which is be a good playmaker and also learn how to just score at will. You know what I mean? So that's my thing. If like you're right, if Russ becomes that, he becomes as valuable as like a KD or like a Kyrie, because all of those guys know how to do that. Jordan, Kobe, like all the historic ones, they go turn it off and turn it on. The thing is with those guys, they're such natural scorers and natural buckets, they rarely turn off their scoring. You know what I mean? Yeah. They rarely result to being a pass first. But in Russ's case and scenario, he needs a switch. And I agree with you. He doesn't have a switch. It flutters on and off.
Well, he's never had to play this role before. You know what I mean? He's always been able to go 100%. And this is the first time he's actually had to
Do you think he goes into next year? Do you think they let him figure it out this year? Somehow he makes it into next year for our roster and re-sign. And do you think that he takes a year, figures it out, and becomes that player? Or you think that we don't? If he's with us next year, I will be very shocked.
I would be shocked too if he's with us next year. I don't think he will be. I
wouldn't mind if we get rid of some of the dead pieces. You know what I mean? If he figures it out and we get rid of some of the dead pieces, I wouldn't mind. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, again, never say never, but I think in reality, probably. I don't know why Russ would. I think if any team offers him a starting job, he'll take it. And I do think that there are teams out there that, like, I think the Wizards, the Knicks would probably offer him a starting job. I think that there are several teams that would pay him and offer him a starting job, where the Lakers won't do that because they don't.
And he knows too, like there's more years behind him than there is in front of him. So he knows, like, hey, I only have a few more years of this. Yeah. Like, probably want to go ahead and
that or he'll take the most money, whichever team offers him the most money.
Yeah, because he's a Hall of Famer for sure. So, like, like for his career and legacy, like,
I mean, he's a top 75 guy all time, no question.
Yeah, and I don't know if he's so focused on winning a ring. He doesn't strike me as a player that like has to win a ring before they retire. He doesn't strike me as that.
No, I agree. I don't think he is either. But I don't know. I still believe the Lakers can get the win. I still think the Lakers can get the job done. They're letting Miami creep back a little bit. Miami's only down 6 now, which isn't good, but still, I'll take it. Basketball's a game of runs, have up and downs, but that third quarter is going to be everything. That third quarter is extremely, extremely crucial. But if the Lakers can maintain and keep it together, then I think we'll have a real opportunity here. to walk away with his win. I said it earlier. I wouldn't be shocked at all if we win this game. It's going to take a valiant effort from Russell Westbrook, which so far it's looking like we might get that. And then I said,
so far so
guys are going to have to step up and hit shots. And if they can step up and hit shots, and Russ has a solid game, then yeah, I think the Lakers can win.
Man, I want Tyler Hero so bad.
I do too. I'd love that Tyler Hero. I think in the right role.
I think yes, exactly. I was just going to say that.
He's in the right. I don't think he's in the right role with Miami.
Exactly. Like that's like if Tyler Hero was on a different team when we faced the Heat and that was a different team, I feel like it would have been dangerous. Like the thing is, everybody underestimates him. It's because of what they've seen. But here's my thing: he shows flashes of like come on, I cannot think of his name. Celtics, one of your faves. You like no. Flat top. Oh my goodness, I'm drawing a blank. It's been happening on. Yeah. It's it's been happening all like.
He's nowhere near the defender, Jason Brown.
No. But like, I think he could get there, but he just needs to be in the role. Like, I feel like playing with the right stars would help him. Like, he's not a number 1 guy. He's not a number 2 guy. He's definitely not a number 3 guy. Or he might be a number 3, number 4. But it would be pretty cool to see him on the team. I got 42-36.
But. Anyway, any parting words before we skate on out of here?
No, all I gotta say is if we pull this out, I want to see that crystal ball you have.
I'm telling you, don't roll it out. Oh, beautiful dime, Russ.
Nice.
Westbrook over here putting in the work. I'm telling you, Lakers are gonna win this game. I'm telling you, and don't miss the post game. I'll be doing the post game over on As It Stands Lakers. If the Lakers win this game, Jake, you got to come on. Oh no, it's gonna be super late where you're at. Never mind.
Yeah, it's gonna be.
This game will be over until 10 my time, so it's like midnight your time. So never mind.
Yeah, I got it. If I didn't have to be up early, I definitely would. Would.
Yeah, but damn. All right, next time we'll have the Friday stream and I'll rub it in. But nonetheless, again, everyone, thank you all so very much. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, hit that subscribe button. Help us out. Trying to grow the channel here. Also, don't miss the post-game stream over on As It Stands Lakers. I know many of you are subscribed over there and came from over here. So if you're not subscribed over there, of course, subscribe over there too. But in the meantime, I will see you all over there. We appreciate you so very much, and we will see you.